Had some open floor comments?
I thought you forgot about me.
I did not forget about you.
Sandy Brzezinski. Tonight I'm speaking on behalf of CARE. I wanted to inform the City Council and the residents of Lockport to please mark your calendar for Sunday, July 12th at the White Oak Library here in Lockport from 2 to 5. CARE is hosting, along with the Sierra Club, an educational workshop on air and water pollution in and around Will County. If you have any questions, you can contact Ellen Rendelich at 815-834-1611, Mary Burnett's 708-204-6924, or Carol Stark at 815-838-1483. My name's not down there because I'm going to be leaving. I'm going on vacation. So I hope to see a lot of you guys. I hope to see a lot of the residents there also. Thank you.
Very good, thanks, Sandy. And and that reminds me too. The at Old Canal Days, it's also the start of the summer art series. The sculptures are back out. We have a new sculpture that's going to be over by the museum. There's some new artwork by Ron Bell and Aaron Miller in the Gaylord Building that are associated with the summer art series this year. So it's a lot of fun stuff starts this weekend. So just a reminder. All right, can I have if nothing else, a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion.
Second.
Joanne, seconded by Senor Paretta. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, let's head on over to City Council. Up here real quick. Can we do a roll call, Alice?
Yes. Bartleson?
Here?
Coretta? Vandermeer? Deskin?
Here.
Smith?
Here.
Galogly?
Here.
Capodona?
Here.
And Petracos.
Here.
7 present.
All right, can I have a motion to have a consent agenda?
So moved. Second.
Alderman Smith, seconded by Alderman Capodona. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, so the consent agenda is the regular City Council meeting minutes from June 3rd, the Committee of the Whole meeting minutes from June 3rd. We have a payroll period ending in June 7th, approval of our bills. There's the development agreement between Legacy and the city. And there's a motion to pass Resolution 15043, which is an intergovernmental agreement between the City of Lockport and Lockport Township Park District regarding Delwood Park West. And then Resolution 15045, which was grants of easements for the State Street Water Main Project. So, looking for a motion to pass the agenda.
Motion made. Second.
Galogly and Paretta. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. What else we got?
Okay,
Open.
sorry, I'm looking for a motion to approve the executive session meeting minutes from June 3rd, 2015 as presented.
So moved. Second.
Capodona and Deskin. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. All right, Ben, want to talk a little tandem?
Yes, thank you, Mayor and members of the council, and I want to thank Paul Ahearn. He's still here. He's one of the few people still here after the meeting. If you recall, Tandem Development was at the Committee of Whole for their preliminary plan and special use on 5/20 on May 20th. We also had the Committee of the Whole on the development agreement on June 3rd. We're bringing them both before you tonight for passage. CA1 is an agreement with Tandem Development for the planned industrial site for the property east of Panduit. We'll be seeking a motion to approve the development agreement as presented. The traffic generated for this future development does have a signal being warranted eventually, and so they've giving us a $50,000 contribution towards that signal. The developer has agreed to donate a fee in lieu of constructing a sidewalk for $35,000 that's in the agreement. The developer will be required to improve 163rd Street per the terms of Exhibit H in your packet, which is full specifications for building the road for truck weight limits up to 80,000 pounds. Again, the improvements on 163rd will be from the west property line of this development to the portion of 163rd Street previously improved by the Illinois Tollway as part of the 355 extension. So we are seeking a motion to approve this as presented tonight.
All right. A motion?
So moved.
Alderman Deskin,
Second.
by Alderman Galogly. Any discussion? Okay. Have a roll call, please.
Yes. Alderman Petracos?
Yes.
Capodona?
Yes.
Lowry,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Peskin,
Yes.
Coretta,
Yes.
Bartleson.
Yes.
7 yeas, motion carried.
Thank you, Mayor. And we also have CA2, the Tandem Development's preliminary development plan and special use for the same site east of Panduit. This is the report from the Planning and Zoning case 2015-005. They met on May 20th, the Committee of the Whole, and to discuss this for this 38-acre industrial business park, approximately 524,000 square feet with a couple of buildings. The proposed development agreement for this project is looking for two things: a motion to pass the ordinance 15013 as an ordinance granting the special use permit for planned industrial development. And we're trying to approve the special use plan development. So we'll be seeking a motion to pass the ordinance and have this Lockport Business Center located at 163rd Street, west of I-355.
All right, looking for a motion to pass.
So moved. Second.
Alderman Deskin, seconded by Alderman Capadona. Any discussion? All right, can I have a roll call?
Trapos,
Yes.
Capadona,
Yes. Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Peskin,
Yes.
Coretta,
Yes.
Bartleson.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay.
Thank you.
Fräulein.
Thank you, Mayor. I have two items. The first one is a 457 plan. The city currently offers employees the ability to save for retirement through a 457 plan with Mass Mutual. We'd like to offer employees another option and allow AXA advisors to be allowed to offer 457 options to employees. The city does not bear any burden of the costs. These are entirely funded by the employee. So I'm looking for a motion to go ahead and allow AXA advisors to offer 457 options to our employees.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Capadona, followed by Alderman Smith. All in favor?
Aye.
My second item is for the 2015 bond ordinance. Today, the bond sale occurred for our $1.2 million bond. We had 3 bidders. The lowest was Robert Baird. The interest rate that was bid as the lowest was 1.2594%, which is a very favorable rate here for the city. This bond will be paid back over 3 years, first payment due December of 2016. So an ordinance copy of the actual ordinance has been placed on the dais in front of all of you, and we're seeking approval of that bond sale.
Okay. We have a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Alderman Smith,
Second.
seconded by Alderman Perretta. Any discussion? Questions? All right, can I have a roll call, please?
Yes.
Capadona,
Yes.
Lowry,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Peskin,
Yes.
Coretta,
Yes.
Yes.
7 yeas, motion carried.
Thank you, Mayor.
All right, thank you. All right, Amy, you back on? Yes, I understand.
Works fine on mine.
Last Friday, IDOT held the bid letting for the Reed Street reconstruction project that we all have been anticipating for quite some time. The lowest bidder was PT Farrell Construction in the amount of $2,038,775.40. It's a little over our latest construction estimate. We have $1.384 million remaining federal funding for this project. We allocated $598,000 of MFT funds for the project, and that leaves $56,775.40, or approximately $60,000 for us to cover out of the general fund for this project. The only way that would be spent, you know, the project, the bids come in, you know, as the bid results are unit prices, but the payments are made only by what's measured in the field. So there's a chance that that money will not need to be spent. We recommend that the city concur with the project award of PT Faro and adopt a resolution to appropriate some supplemental amount of $60,000 from the city's general fund to cover the additional local share of the construction costs.
Okay, I'll have a motion to pass.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Alderman Smith, seconded by Alderwoman Bartleson.
Mayor, I'd like to abstain from deliberations and the vote on this. This is a project I'm interested in supplying material on.
Okay. Any discussion?
Yeah, Lisa, we're okay with, just making sure we're okay with using general
Yes,
60,000.
we have enough in reserves to, and it's funded so much by the state that we'd be foolish to not accept that.
Right, I mean, it seems like a no-brainer, but I just want to make sure that we're okay and it doesn't affect any of our other projects that we plan.
No, not at this point.
Amy, what was the total bid again?
The total bid was $2,038,775.40.
$60,000 over, that's pretty close. That's good job. Good job on estimating.
How you feeling about PT Faro these days, Amy? Good?
Well, I know we had significant problems on 10th and Jefferson Street with PT Faro. However, this project is a federal aid project, and there's a certain level of performance that's expected on these types of projects. At the end of the project, the village or the city is required to fill out a contractor evaluation. So it's in PT Faro's best interest to make sure that they do a good job on this project.
All right. Have a roll call then?
Yes. Petracos?
Yes.
Cardona?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Huskin?
Yes.
Vanderveer? Absent. Corrado?
Yes.
Bartleson?
Yes.
6 yeas, motion carried.
All righty. Anything else? Anybody got any new business?
I just have a general question. I mean, there's not a requirement that we go with a low bid on anything, is there? I mean, if there's ever an instance where we feel more comfortable with one contractor rather than the other, and they're not the low bid, can we?
We would have to have a really good reason for rejecting the low bid. You know, we would have to, and we would have to be willing to, for the possibility of a lawsuit. You know, just like the well number 9 iron filtration thing. If we had not accepted the low bid on that, there probably would have been a lawsuit. And the same thing with this. I mean, there could potentially be ramifications for not accepting the low bid, unless you have a really good reason. You know, if you have, you know, documented instances of, you know,
They weren't
gross
responsible.
negligence, you know, then, you know, you have to really be able to back it up, so.
And Tom, is that per our ordinance, or is that a state requirement?
It's actually both, and usually the term of art is lowest responsible bidder, so the word responsible is the key one here. And based on my past experience, Amy's 100% correct. You do have to have some kind of proof showing that the bidder is not responsible.
Okay.
There's some wiggle room in that, but it is a difficult burden to overcome. And that's why we would be very cautious in recommending that you reject the lowest bidder. One option that I've seen done in the past is where all bids are rejected and then you start all over, and you may have a conversation with the low bidder, and perhaps that bidder may not bid the next time around. But that does delay the project, and a lot of these projects are time sensitive.
Yeah, if it was a local-only project, it would be a lot easier to get around that, but the federal aid process puts another extra issue into that, so.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that, I mean, if it's a state requirement, it's a state requirement. But if it was something where it was just our local ordinance, then, you know, maybe we could look into that, but.
Yeah, it would be both.
Okay, all right, thank you.
The other part of that, though, is, right, we always tell our clients, is documenting those old projects so that you can go back to it and say, I have written documentation saying, this is why we're not rejecting, because we've documented the old projects and they didn't perform correctly. So you have to have that backup.
Okay. All right, my friends.
I
there's
actually
nothing
have
else.
something for new business.
Yes.
Or just a question for Dave, actually. In my subdivision, and I don't know if it's been happening in other places, but we have been bombarded by contractors coming to the doors, asking about damage due to the hail. And I noticed, the one contractor that was there that I spoke to did have a permit, because I did ask him. But on we have like a Facebook page for our homeowners, for our subdivision, and many of the people are posting that the one guy came back like 10 times and wouldn't stop bothering them. So is there anything in particular that they could,
Yes.
besides-
Just for clarification, in the past week, the city has been, or the police department has been infiltrated by numerous businesses, contractors seeking solicitor permits. We do have an ordinance on the books that commercial business doing solicitation has to obtain a permit. They do obtain it from the police department. We do a background check on all the solicitors before the permit is issued. As of right now, I don't have the final count, but there are numerous businesses out there, contractors that are soliciting. What I would probably advise the residents, if they don't want to be disturbed by the solicitor, is to put a no solicitation sign in the door, and that would prohibit them from attempting any type of solicitation. You also have all right to ask a permit. Each solicitor has to have a copy of the permit on them. If they do not, they're in violation. And by all means, you can call the police department when the solicitor is in your area, and we will check the solicitor to make sure that they are in compliance with the ordinance. So.
Thank you.
All right, yeah, I had one of those guys come to my place too. All right, so he's gonna close the meeting. What do you say?
I have a motion to adjourn.
I need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Seconded by Alderman Beretta, and say all in favor?
All in favor?
Put the gavel on the thing now. Yeah, good job. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, all, thanks.